Ladies and gentlemen, tonight marks the final home game for Shepaug senior class members. At this time, we would like to honor our seniors and their parents for the commitment that they have made to the Shepaug County Spartans basketball and cheerleading programs. And we would like to call your attention to center court. We ask that each parent please come to center court to meet your child when your name is called. Our first senior to be honored is Jillian Cook and her parents, Chris and John. Our next senior is Emma Vandenbach and her parents, Julie and John. Our next senior is Trinity Williamson and her parents, Jen and Ryan. Our next senior is Matt Sheedy and his parents, Tracy and Chris. Next is senior Cole Davenport and his parents, Annie Marie and Jane. Next is senior Michael Barachi and his parents, Stacy and Matt. And our last senior is Owen Hipper and his parents, Emily and Rob. Our seniors have made a big sacrifice in order to be a part of our program during their high school careers and to make the season work this year. In addition to acknowledging our athletes, we would like to recognize the parents of our seniors who have made it possible for their sons and daughters to be a part of the Shepaug program. And we would like to thank them all for their support and efforts. At this time, I would like to invite everyone in attendance to join me in thanking each senior and each senior's family for their contributions to the Shepaug basketball and cheerleading programs with a round of applause. And now, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Ted Alex Gymnasium at Shepaug Valley School for tonight's first cheerleading basketball contest between the visiting Mountaineers of Housatonic Valley High School and the home team, your Shepaug Spartans. Now, we ask that you please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. And now for the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Mountaineers of Housatonic Valley. Starting at forward, a junior, number 25, Harry Shepaug. Starting at guard, a junior, number 12, Ethan. At guard, the junior, number 5, Russell Shepaug. A third guard, the senior, number 1, Ivan Viscasio. And at forward, the senior, number 22, Liam Murphy. The Mountaineers are coached by. And now, for the home team, your Shepaug Spartans. Starting at forward, the junior, number 21, Luke Schneider. At guard, senior, number 15, Matt Shepaug. At forward, the senior, number 13, Cole Davenport. Third forward, senior, number 20, Mike Burachi. And at guard, senior, number 5, This one is coming into tonight's contest with a record of 7 wins and 3 losses. They are coached by Matt Shepaug, who is assisted by Ben Brown and Steve Pickett. The trainer of the ball is Christian Snyder. Thank you and good luck to both teams.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Ted Alex Gymnasium at Shepaug Valley High School. for tonight's Berkshire League basketball contest between the visiting Mountaineers of Shepaug and the home team, the Mountaineers of Housatonic Valley, and the home team Shepaug. Shepaug starts the game out. Michael Parachi with the three-pointer. Shepaug is coming off of a big win against Nottowag earlier this week. Housatonic's last game they played last night against Nottowag, where Nottowag came out victorious. The Mountaineers turn the ball over. Parachi with the steal, the assist, and Owen Hibbert with the layup as the Spartans rush out to a 5-0 lead. The drive by the Mountaineers thwarted as Parachi gets the block, as the Mountaineers will inbound now underneath their own hoop. Spartans in a 2-3 zone. Mountaineers looking to go to their leading scorer, Sears, who passes it. Another turnover by the Mountaineers. Schneider on the drive, draws the contact, gets the score. The score now, Shepaug 7, the Mountaineers 0. Cascasio with the dribble at the top of the zone. Looks to pass it inside. Ball deflected. Schneider tries to save it. However, he stepped on the line and the Mountaineers retain possession. 7 minutes to play in the first quarter with the score Shepaug 7, Housatonic 0. On the court for the Mountaineers, we have Cascasio. We have Murphy. We have Shop. We have Sears, and we have Fenn. The Spartans, their first miss of the game, with a 7-point lead as the Mountaineers bring the ball up here and try to get in the scoring column. Spartans again in that 2-3 zone. Mountaineers set up in what looks to be a 2-3 offense. On the perimeter. The three-pointer is good. Defense gets the Mountaineers on the board. And the score 7-3. And defense, Parachi with the ball in the wing. Brings it in. Couple pivots, dumps it off to Hibbert. Hibbert with a shot, deflected. Parachi with the rebound. Fouled in the act of shooting. The shot doesn't fall, but he'll get 2 shots. Murphy with the foul for the Mountaineers, the team's first foul of the game. Parachi's first attempt is short. Very near an air ball, but he might have barely grazed the rim on that one there. We'll have to check the replay later. His second attempt. A line drive right in the back of the hoop. Spartans lead 8-3. Cascasio with dribble. Throws it to Murphy. Back to Cascasio. Turnover by the Mountaineers. Had an open man. It was a good idea. Just the pass was a little too hot to handle. The Spartans with possession, taking their time against the Mountaineers man-to-man defense. Pick and roll between Parachi and Hibbert. Dumped by Hibbert to Parachi. Parachi shot up, blocked, gets his own rebound, up. Third opportunity is good. A foul. And he has a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. The foul is on Shop, the second team foul for the Mountaineers, and we have a substitution entering the game. Austin Bayer will replace Shop. 1 shot for Parachi here. See if he can make contact with the rim on this one. He does make contact with the rim, but the wrong side of the rim, and it bounces out as Cascasio brings the ball up the floor. Mountaineers in a 2-1-2. Murphy at the high post. Some crossing action. Nice look, but the shot blocked by Hibbert. Ball in the corner. And the Spartans execute a nice trap. Ball deflected out of bounds off of Austin Bayer, and the Spartans retain possession. Hibbert inbound the ball to Schneider. And Schneider right back to Hibbert. Spartans in a 1-4 set. High High cut by Parachi, reversed, lob. Parachi misses the alley-oop, catches his own rebound, but is unfortunately standing out of bounds. Spartans have got that play. They've run that play successfully a couple times, and they ran it well there, but the shot just didn't fall in. Mountaineers with possession. Bayer in the corner, grazes the top of the backboard. Spartan rebound up ahead to Sheedy. Sheedy with a fast break layup, no good. Nicole Davenport hustling, follows the play, gets the offensive rebound and the easy basket. The Spartans with the lead 12-3 with 4:30 left to play in the first quarter. Some good ball movement there by the Mountaineers. Cole Davenport with a nice strong rebound off of the three-point attempt. Luke Schneider, nice bounce pass from Parachi. Schneider converts on the layup. 14-3 lead with 4 minutes and 15 seconds to play in the first quarter. Cascio brings the ball up into the offensive half. Little inside-out dribble, kicks it back to Bayer. Bayer with the deep shot. Nothing but net on that one. And Bayer was in deep territory there. That's a tough shot to guard. If he's going to hit those, Spartans are going to have to adjust because that shot was pure. Now Shepaug with the ball. Owen Hibbert, Shepaug's all-time leading scorer on the wing with the ball. Fadeaway jumper is good over Piscasio, and the Spartans take a 16-6 lead with 3:45 to play in the first quarter. Piscasio brings the ball up. Again, the Mountaineers in a 2-1-2 set. Murphy with a big screen because Murphy's a big, strong body. And Sears with the basket and the foul.
Work on defense,
Parachi with the foul there, and as the viewers may have noticed, there's no one on the bench for the Spartans. They have 5 players available to play tonight. So being smart on defense is more important than ever right now for Shepaug. The score now, Shepaug 16, Mountaineers 8, and Sears for the Mountaineers will go to the line with one shot trying to complete the good old-fashioned three-point play. We are at the under 4-minute mass break now. Tonight was senior night, honored for the senior cheerleaders were Jillian Cody, Emma Vandenbosch, and Trinity Williamson. Honored for Shepaug were 4 of the 5 starters: Davenport, Sheedy, Hibbard, and Parachi. The end of the mass break. I will have to wait. I'm going to tell you how much time is left, but the timeout timer is still going on the clock. All right, 3:34 left to play in the first quarter. 16-8, the Spartans lead as Sears looks to finish his three-point play. Shot is up. Kicks off the iron, no good. Spartans rebound, and Parachi handles the ball himself, brings it up into the front court. Attempts a three-pointer, off the front of the rim, no one back on defensive balance. Fenn had a wide open layup, but luckily for the Spartans and unfortunately for the Mountaineers, nobody noticed it. An errant pass by the Mountaineers, turnover, and an easy basket for the cutting Owen Hibbert brings the score to 18-8 in Shepaug's favor. With just about 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter. We've got a substitution in the game here. Looks like Brayton Wood has come in for the Mountaineers, replacing Murphy. And the second three-pointer of the game for the Mountaineers is good, as Russell Sears hits from behind the line to bring the score to 18-11. Cutting Parachi, hit by Hibbard, fouled, but called by the referee on the floor, not in the act of shooting. So the Spartans will inbound underneath their own hoop with 2 minutes, 33 seconds to play here in the first half. Going to be looking for Hibbard off the triple screen. Hibbard gets the open look on the three-pointer, and it's good, bringing the score to 21-11. The way this game started out, looked like the Spartans might be able to roar out to an easy big lead here, but the Mountaineers have shown some resiliency, and as I mentioned that, Brayton Wood hits another three. It's the third three for the Mountaineers, bringing the score to 21-14, and it's still early in the game. but there's certainly, at this point, looks as if this is going to be a battle for a while. Spartans pass the ball around interior. Karachi gains control, goes up, misses, gets fouled in the act of shooting, and he'll go to the line for two. The Mountaineer fouls on Ethan Fenn. It's the fourth team foul for Housatonic in the first half. And with the score 21-14, a minute 54 to play, Michael Karachi goes to the line, shooting two shots. First shot off the back of the iron. Spartans have left some points out there so far. And Karachi goes 0 for 2. However, he's going to get another opportunity here, as unfortunately for the Mountaineers, one of their players lost his balance and stepped into the lane a little too early. So on the violation, Karachi gets another shot, and for some unexplained reason decides to shoot a jump shot and misses. Karachi with the rebound off of the Davenport rebound, and Karachi to go to the line again. He's going to have to get out of his own head here if he's going to make these free throws. So with a minute 46 to play here, with the score, Shepaug 21, the Mountaineers 14. Coach Spike Major for the Mountaineers wants to talk it over. I can tell he's not excited about the fact that the Spartans are getting so many second and third chance opportunities. So he's going to make an adjustment here. On the Shepaug side, they've done a good job offensively, scoring 21 points in the first quarter. However, if they're going to continue open look, Housatonic has knocked down that three-point shot. And we'll see what happens. Karachi misses both shots, 21-14. 1 minute 40 seconds to play in the first half, in the first quarter. Mountaineers get another open three. This one graces the front rim. Karachi with the rebound. Looks ahead to Sheedy. Sheedy corrals a tough pass to catch and throws a nice baseline bounce pass to Luke Schneider, who makes the up and under little jump hook. The score 23-14, 1 minute to play in the first quarter. Sayers with the ball. Nice pass to a cutting Fenn, who hits an acrobatic layup to make the score 23-16. 50 seconds to play here in the first quarter, 23-17. Owen Hibbard takes his time. Calls for Karachi to get the ball. Hibbard makes a baseline cut off of a double screen. Passed over to Schneider. Schneider reverses the ball to Hibbard. Hibbard with a behind the back dribble. Surveys. Denies or rejects Karachi's screen. Hibbard shot off the mark. Karachi with a second chance opportunity, and he converts on this for a 25-16 lead. We are at 15 seconds to play here as Luke Schneider almost gets a steal. Did a nice job of jumping into the passing lane there, but just couldn't control it. 13 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Spartans up 25-16. Piscasio with the ball out deep. Dribbles to the top of the key to Bayer. Bayer with the three-pointer, off the mark. Davenport with the rebound and the dribble. Looks like he's going to attempt a buzzer beater. Nice pass. And the Spartans very unselfishly threw two passes there. Personally, I thought that time was going to run out on them, but they knew what they were doing. And a buzzer beater to end the first quarter as Shepaug is at a 27-16 lead. We have a Mountaineer down as there was a collision at half court and Fenn went down. But he looks like he's okay as he walked off the court on his own power. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, the score is Shepaug 27, Mountaineer 16. to action here as the Shepaug cheerleaders got us through the quarter break. We're here at Ted Alex Gymnasium at Shepaug Valley School as the home team, Shepaug Spartans, are playing host to the Mountaineers of Housatonic Valley Regional High School. The score 27-16 as we start the second quarter. Inbounding the ball will be Bayers to Piscasio. Little give and go action for the Mountaineers. Shot from Sears in the corner. It's short. Rebounded by Sheedy. Thrown up ahead. Schneider finds a cutting Davenport, who finishes with a nice strong rebound. The score 29-16. The Spartans with a 13-point margin. Piscasio to Bayers. Bayers with a driving attempt. Blocked by Parachi. Hibbert up ahead. Touch pass from Sheedy to Davenport as Davenport gets his second consecutive fast break layup as the Spartans are doing a good job of running the floor. Some action over at the Mountaineers bench as it looks like Coach Major is going to make some substitutions. Missed shot by the Mountaineers, rebounded by Parachi, who brings the ball up, passes to Schneider. Schneider with a nice strong move to the basket, and the Spartans are up 33-16. The Spartans have gotten off to a quick start here in the second quarter, extending their lead to 17 points. Mountaineer pass inside. Parachi looked to try to steal it with only 5 players available. He's going to have to be a little smarter than that. Parachi picks up his second foul, which coincidentally is the second team foul of the Spartans. Mountaineers to inbound underneath their own hoop. We're at 6 minutes, 50 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Mountaineers looking for Sears. Sears reverses it. And the pass from the Mountaineers is deflected out of bounds, and the Spartans will take over possession. Schneider inbounds the ball to Hibbard. 6 minutes, 44 seconds to play. Hibbard to Parachi. Parachi with a drive. Blocked by Murphy. Controlled by Sears. Guarded by Sheedy. Sears with a between the leg dribble. Reverses the ball to Piscasio. Tough pass, but he controls it. Piscasio to Sears. Sears back to Piscasio. Attempts to throw it to Murphy in the corner, but the pass deflected and out of bounds, and the Spartans take over. 6 minutes and 17 seconds to play here in the second quarter. The Spartans again with the 33-16 lead. The team foul situation, the visiting Mountaineers have 5 team fouls to 2 fouls by the home team, Shepaug Spartans. Schneider looks to lob the ball into Hibbard. The ball deflected, stolen by the Mountaineers. However, Luke Schneider jumps up onto the ball handler, surprises him, and there's turn the ball right back over to the Spartans. Ball to Schneider. Schneider with the screen for Hibbard. Hibbard with the 3-point attempt. And it's good. 36-16. Spartans with a 20-point lead here in the second quarter as we are inside of 6 minutes. Piscasio with the dribble. Looking in the interior for the big Murphy cutting. Baseline drive by the Mountaineers. Reverse layup off mark. The Spartans are off and running. Look pass from Hibbard to the cutting Davenport. He finishes strong on the left side and takes a 38-16 lead. Mountaineers in the half-court set. Spartans still in their 2-3 defense. Mountaineers in a 2-1-2 set with the ball Murphy at the high post. Matt Sheedy deflects the ball, goes off the hand of Piscasio, and the Spartans create a turnover. With 5 minutes and 16 seconds left to play, it's 38-16. We have a couple of substitutions for the Mountaineers as Wood has entered the game, and now Durix is in guarding Schneider. Baseline pass to Davenport. Davenport's shot off the mark, deflected out of bounds by the Spartans. And with 5 minutes to play in the second quarter, the Mountaineers take over possession of the ball. Piscasio pushes the ball down the floor, surveys the offense. He was looking for the cutting Murphy. He thought Murphy was going to cut underneath the defender, but Murphy went over the high side. That surprised Piscasio, and he tried to pull back on the pass and ended up dragging his pivot foot and creating the travel. A couple of substitutions here for the Mountaineers, as entering the game is Fenn, and Bayers is entering the game. Shepaug, no subs entering. There won't be now or anytime today. Hibbard with the dribble. Reverses the ball to Davenport. Davenport thinks about the three-pointer, dribbles, kicks it back to Hibbard. Hibbard with the screen from Parachi. Parachi slips the screen. Hibbard brings the ball back up top, calls a new set. Reverse to Davenport. Davenport with a dribble inside. Drives and kicks to Schneider. Schneider with a three-point attempt, no good. Parachi with the rebound. Passes to Schneider. Beautiful cut by Luke Schneider and a good strong move in traffic to increase the lead to 40-16. Ben with the dribble, lost the handle. Hibbard picks it off, gets the easy bucket, 42-16 with 4 minutes to play in the second quarter. Ben with the crossover dribble, jump by Hibbard, retains possession. Ball inside, blocked by Parachi, who's trying to be careful to not leave his feet because he's got 2 fouls. Parachi gets the shot block, and the held ball situation leads to a possession error, which is in favor of the Spartans. And now that we are under 4 minutes, we have the 4-minute mass break. The Shepaug cheerleaders, Brianna Laskowski, Taylor Giroux, Haley Thompson, Trinity Williamson, Emma Vandenbosch, Jillian Cody, Ella Penna, Eilish Foy, and Elliot Noonan here today to entertain the crowd for the entire month of February. Due to COVID restrictions, there were no fans in the building, and the cheerleaders did their performances from the cafeteria, which were videotaped and included in our live stream broadcast. But for the 2 senior nights, the cheerleaders have been here performing, adding some much needed energy to Ted Alice Gymnasium and the Spartan crowd. As we rejoin action here in the second quarter, there are 3 minutes, 51 seconds to play. Spartans with a sizable lead, 42-16. Owen Hibbard brings the ball up. The Mountaineers are in a man-to-man defense. Spartans in a 1-4 set, running a horn set with a double screen. Hibbard to Parachi, Parachi to Davenport, Davenport back to Parachi. His three-point attempt off the mark, but Davenport hustles, chases the ball down in the corner, gets the ball to Hibbard. Hibbard with a mismatch with a bigger guy on him, but declines to take it to the hoop, passes to Schneider, whose shot is off the mark. Hibbard with the offensive rebound, the deep three, no good. Rebound by Murphy. And Bayers controls the ball for the Mountaineers. Bayers with the three-point attempt, off the front of the iron, rebounded by Schneider. Is he looking down the floor to pass it, but deflected. But Parachi with the steal and the fast break dunk. Score now 44-16. First dunk in quite a few years by a Shepaug Spartan player. As the Mountaineers shoot and miss, but rebound their own missed shot. And Brayton Wood gets on the board in the second quarter for the Mountaineers, as the score is now 44-18. The Spartans turn the ball over. A deflection by the Spartans puts the ball out of bounds, and the Mountaineers will now inbound. We have a couple substitutions for the Mountaineers, as entering the game now is Devontae Wright. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. I couldn't tell if it was White or Wright. But Devontae Wright is into the game here. Piscasio with the dribble out on the perimeter. Over to Wright. Right inside to Murphy. Deflected by Parachi. Davenport controls it. Looked ahead to Sheedy. Defense did a good job of getting back. Sheedy in the corner. His three-pointer off the mark. Rebounded by Parachi. Parachi inside to Hibbard. Hibbard with the easy basket as we're inside of 2 minutes. And the Spartans are up 46-18. Piscasio with the dribble, guarded by Sheedy and Hibbard. Over to Wood. Wood inside to Piscasio, picked off by Sheedy. Sheedy with the fast break layup. It's up and it's good. The score now 48-18. The Spartans with a 30-point lead here with 1:30 to play. Parachi living on the edge there. Reaching. Gets away with it. Matt Sheedy makes a nice hustle play there. Sliding, looking for a steal. Got called for the foul. Sheedy doesn't agree with it, and I think there's a lot of other people who share that opinion in here. But with a 48-18 game, you have to applaud the effort and move on to the next play here. Piscasio with the ball. Ball inside to Murphy. Murphy outside to Sears. Sears a deep three. Off the iron, rebounded by Parachi. Parachi with the dribble. We're at 1:10 to play. Parachi to Hibbard. Hibbard inside to Sheedy. Little miscommunication there, and the ball gets deflected out of bounds. 1:06 left to play in the second quarter. Spartans with a big advantage. Mountaineers going to look to cut into that a little bit in this last minute of play here, so they don't have such a big hill to climb in the second half. Ball into right to Murphy. Ball bounced off of someone's foot. Passed up ahead by Shepaug on the fast break. Over to Davenport, three-point attempt. Off the iron, no good. Batted out of bounds by the Spartans. And with 42 seconds to play, the Mountaineers have possession. Fenn will inbound to Piscasio. The Spartans still in their 2-3 zone. Murphy in the low post here. He has been alternating between the low post and the high post here. He's a big body out there, but the Spartans shot. Spartans rebound the missed shot. A long bounce pass ahead to the cutting Sheedy, who converts on the fast break layup with the score 50-18. And we are at 15 seconds to play in the first half. Murphy for the Mountaineers missed his first attempt, but Hustle got a second chance opportunity and was fouled in the act of shooting and earned himself a trip to the charity stripe. Murphy's first attempt is off the front of the iron, no good. With 10.9 seconds to play in the first half, Murphy has a second opportunity. Second shot off the back of the iron. Parachi with the rebound ahead to Hibbard. We're inside of 10 seconds. Hibbard kicks it to Schneider. Schneider with a nice strong cut to the basket. Scores. And the Spartans will take a 52-18 lead into halftime. We'll be back in a few minutes to review the first half action and to talk about what both teams are going to look to do in the second half. We're back here at Ted Alex Gymnasium with a minute and a half left in halftime. Again, the score here, Shepaug 52, the Mountaineers 18. To review the scoring in the first half, we have for the Mountaineers, 3 guys with 5 points each. We have Brayton Wood with 5, we have Russell Sears with 5, we have Ethan Fenn with 5, we have Austin Bayer with 3. For the Spartans, Owen Hibbard has 16 points, Luke Schneider with 12, Michael Paracci with 10, Cole Davenport with 8, and Matt Sheedy with 6. So some balanced scoring from the Spartans. The Mountaineers went around the ball here, down 52-18 to start the second half. Obviously, the Mountaineers have a big hill to climb, and if they're going to make any challenge to the Spartans here, they're going to have a good first 4 minutes in this second half. Starting off, they start off with a turnover as Paracci steals it, passes it ahead to Hibbard, and Hibbard converts on an easy layup. Spartans have done a good job of hustling, getting down the floor, being unselfish, and sharing the ball. Mountaineers obviously have had difficulty with committing too many turnovers and have allowed a lot of runouts by the Spartans. Loose ball batted around there. Possession taken over by the Spartans. The Mountaineers still in their man-to-man defense. As Luke Schneider passes the ball in the corner to Owen Hibbard. Owen Hibbard looks for Paracci underneath. Spin move. And the foul is called on Murphy as Coach Major doesn't like the call. It's going to be Spartan ball out of bounds underneath. It's the first team foul of the second half for the Mountaineers. First team foul for either team. Spartans are going to look to get the ball to Paracci on top of the triple screen here. They did it earlier. Well, apparently not. Bounce pass to Paracci, to Schneider, to Sheedy, back to Paracci, who's off the mark. The Mountaineers retain possession. Fenn comes out of the pack with the ball, passes to the cutting Piscasio. Ball off his hands, turned over. Schneider controls the fast break. No look pass to Sheedy, who goes up strong, gets the contact, earns himself a trip to the free throw line. Again, as we talked about at the start of the quarter, the Spartans doing a good job of pushing the ball down the floor. And the Mountaineers struggling with turnovers and defensive balance. Spartans have not shot the ball particularly well from the free throw line, mostly because Paracci missed a million of them, as Sheedy converts on the second shot there, bringing the score to 55-18. Cole Davenport, the old playground move, sticks his foot out to block the pass. Kicking violation. The Mountaineers have possession on the baseline as Wood passes to Piscasio, back to Wood. The shot is off the mark. Paracci with the rebound, controls the dribble, looks down the floor, decides not to force a pass, Goes to the hoop. Makes the basket, but is called for traveling. Mountaineer ball here, 55-18 the score, 6 minutes and 20 seconds. Piscasio to Wood. Wood back to Piscasio. Piscasio to three-point attempt. Nothing but net. He gets himself in the scoring column. But on the made basket, the Spartans charge ahead. Have a fast break layup. It was a nice block by the Mountaineers. But Sheedy chased down the batted ball, got the rebound, and Hibbard with possession to Davenport. Davenport reverses the ball to Snyder. The Snyder's pass to Parachi, deflected and goes out of bounds. Wood to inbound for the Mountaineers to Piscasio. 55-21 the score, 5 minutes, 45 seconds to play in the third quarter. Stolen by Snyder, thrown up ahead to the cutting Sheedy. Sheedy off the glass and in, 57-21. The fast break layups for Shepaug just keep coming. As the Mountaineers almost turn the ball over again, but it's batted out of bounds, and the Mountaineers maintain possession on the sideline. Sears inbounds the ball to Fenn. Fenn with the dribble, picks up his dribble, hits Murphy at the high post, turns and faces, shoots a 15-footer. Nice soft shot, bounced around the rim, but fell in. 57-23 the score with just over 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Snyder the pass from Hibbard, throws it over the top to Parachi, who misses, gets his own rebound, misses a couple times, but Davenport chases down the loose ball. Ball's being batted around like a hot potato here, and a kickball out of bounds by the Mountaineers will allow the Spartans to keep the ball. Entering the game now for the Mountaineers, we have Bayers and we have Shop. Schneider to inbound. Schneider to Davenport. Davenport to Parachi. Parachi to Hibbard. Hibbard with the three. It's good. 60-23. Again, the 2-3 zone for the Spartans. Housatonic in their half-court offense. Wood to Bayers. Bayers to Shop. Shop with the skip pass, picked off by Davenport. Another fast break opportunity. Fenn called for the foul. Thinks he got it cleanly. The referee does not agree. And in these disputes, the referee always wins. Cole Davenport going to the line to shoot two with the score 60-23. 4 minutes, 21 seconds to play in the third quarter. Davenport's first attempt is up and in. 61-23 as Davenport prepares for his second shot. Davenport 2 for 2 at the line on that trip. 62-23. Spartans with a 39-point lead. Fenn with a nice dribble penetration. Shot a strong contested layup, but it was off the rim and out. Parachi with the ball, passes over to Hibbard, who hits a cutting Davenport, who scores. Davenport having a strong scoring performance tonight. Piscasio calls out the play, directs traffic, passes to Bayers. Bayers with the skip pass. Snyder going for the steal, almost got it. Fenn controls it, Parachi steals it, throws it up ahead to Sheedy. Sheedy tries a little shovel pass to Davenport. It's a great idea. Got deflected. The Mountaineers with the shot in the corner. It's off the mark. Piscasio with a little push pass over to Wood. Wood inside the Shop. Parachi gets the loose ball, passes to Schneider. Schneider with the dribble up ahead. And referee Glenn Durante calls a timeout for an untied shoelace, and we now move into our under 4-minute mess break.
Good decision, Glenn.
Ready? Let's get a little bit rowdy, partner. Rowdy. Let's get a little bit rowdy, partner. Rowdy. Let's get a little bit rowdy, partner. Rowdy.
Again, as we mentioned earlier, the Spartan cheerleaders in the gym for the second time this season, bringing some spirit to the small crowd here in Ted Alex Gymnasium. Back to action here. It's going to be Spartan ball as the play was stopped because of an untied shoelace. 64-23 the score, 3 minutes, 14 seconds to play in the second quarter, as Spartan junior Luke Schneider, the only non-senior on our 5-man roster, to inbound the ball. Inbounds it in the corner to Hibbert. Hibbert thought about the three to Parachi. Touch pass to Schneider. Schneider with a good, strong layup in the middle. 66-23, 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. Fenn with the pass to Shop. Deflected. Shop gets a loose ball. Kicks it out to Bears. Bears with the dribble penetration. Skip pass to Fenn. Fenn with the three-point attempt off the back of the iron. Tipped by Hibbert to Parachi to Sheedy. Sheedy with the layup. Thought about passing it, but laid it up and in. 68-23. I think if someone was doing a good old-fashioned shot chart on paper, they'd be running out of room next to the hoop for the Spartans here, as the majority of their baskets have come off of layups. Piscasio to inbound to Fenn. Fenn surveys the defense, reverses the ball. We have a new entry into the game as Joey Brennan has entered for the Mountaineers. Harrison Shop earns himself a trip to the line as the Spartans' Parachi has picked up his third foul, with 2 minutes and 24 seconds left to play in the third quarter. First attempt by Shop is good. The score is 68-24. And Shop goes 2 for 2 at the line on this trip. Davenport to bring the ball up for the Spartans. Housatonic's telling their man-to-man. Shepaug in a horn set. Davenport runs off a back screen. Ball to Snyder, to Sheedy, back to Parachi. Parachi's three-point attempt, in and out. Batted around, controlled by Bayer. Bayer looks ahead, pushes the ball down the court. Over to Piscasio. Piscasio surveys. Bounce pass. Intended target was Joey Brennan, but the ball was a little too hot to handle, went out of bounds. Another Mountaineer turnover as the Spartans walk the ball up the floor. Parachi at the top of the key, over to Hibbert. Hibbert throws an alley-oop to Parachi, who misses it. And Piscasio takes over possession of the ball for the Mountaineers. Bears with the ball, right-hand dribble, skip pass to Fenn. Fenn off the dribble, pivots back. Bears thought about the deep three, brings it inside the top of the key. His shot is up, off the back of the iron, no good. Hibbert with possession, passes to Davenport. Davenport in traffic. Converts on a contested jumper. Davenport having a career game tonight. Piscasio passes inside the Shop. Shop with a nice baseline shot. The score is 70-27. Inside of a minute to play here in the third quarter. A lot of scoring going on by both teams in this quarter here. Hibbert passes to Parachi off of the drive. Parachi converts on the nice feed from Hibbert. And as the Spartans jog down the floor, Piscasio pushes it past. Looked like he had a good opportunity there, but he and his teammate were not on the same page as the bounce pass goes out of bounds. Entering the game for the Mountaineers, Sears replaces Fenn. Owen Hibbard brings the ball up the floor. Passes to Davenport. Davenport with a jump shot. Off the iron. No good. Rebounded by Bayers. Bayers to Piscasio, who controls the dribble. Looks ahead. Reverses the ball. Back to Bayers. Bayers dribble penetration. Nice drop-off pass. Joey Brennan had a good opportunity. It was no good. Barachi attempts the buzzer beater, but it hits a speaker and is no good. At the end of 3 quarters of play, the Spartans 72, the Mountaineers 27. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the Shepaug Valley cheerleaders. In the game for the Mountaineers to start the 3rd quarter, we have Piscasio, we have Wood, we have Murphy, we have Sears, and we have Brennan. For Shepaug, well, you know who's in for Shepaug because they only have 5 players. Piscasio guarding Hibbard on the perimeter. Looked like he was going to give it to Parachi. Kept it himself, drove in for the nice baseline layup. The score now 74-27. Ball deflected out of bounds off of the Mountaineers. Shepaug with possession. In normal circumstances, this is the type of game where the team with a big lead would look to get some of their reserves some extra playing time, but given the situation at Shepaug, where because of some health and safety precautions, there are only 5 players in the entire program available, that's not going to be possible today. Nice pass up ahead. Sears hits a corner shot, and the Mountaineers now with 29 points to the Spartans 74. Barachi to Davenport. Davenport with a dribble to Sheedy from the corner. Sheedy's 3-pointer is good. Score now 77-29. Missed shot by the Mountaineers leads to a fast break opportunity for the Spartans. Spartans miss their layup attempt, and the Mountaineers with a fast break opportunity of their own. Ball intercepted by Parachi, who's called for a travel, and the Mountaineers maintain possession of the ball. Spartans in a 2-3 zone. Ball passed ahead, up ahead to Sears. His 3-point attempt is no good. Batted out of bounds by the Spartans. Piscasio will inbound underneath the Mountaineers basket. The Spartans in their 2-3 zone. Piscasio throws it to the big guy underneath. Murphy's first attempt no good, but a second attempt is tipped up and in as the score is now 77-31 Shepaug. 6 minutes, 20 seconds to play in the 2nd quarter. Looks like Shepaug is going to run a horn set. Sheedy off the dribble. Passes to Davenport. Davenport with a drive. Looks to the cutting Schneider. Passes to Sheedy. Sheedy hits his 2nd straight 3-point shot. Scoreboard shows 80-31. I think it might actually be 83-31, but The Mountaineers hit a bucket here, and it's 80-33. Score staying at 80 for Shepaug, so I believe that Dave Frey is right, and I'm wrong about that. 5.5 minutes to play here. Sheedy off the dribble. Passes to Parachi in the post, who turns and faces, makes a spin move, goes up, no good, rebounded by Hibbard. Some contact. Murphy for the Mountaineers went down. Referee checked just to make sure everything's okay, and he shook his head in the affirmative, or nodded his head in the affirmative that he's okay. So play will continue. Sheedy in the corner, looking for his third consecutive three. This one off the back of the iron and no good. Sears controls for the Mountaineers. To Piscasio, back to Sears. Deflected out of bounds. Shepaug ball with 5 minutes and 10 seconds to play in regulation. And it looks like there's probably not going to be any extra quarters played tonight because of the score differential. Sheedy controls the dribble. Some contact on that, nothing called. Ball out of bounds. With an 80-33 game, the Spartans aren't going to get those calls. And it was a good defensive play by the Mountaineers. Give them credit. Sears with a nice looking attempt. Rebounded by Sheedy. Ball poked away. Sears with the ball in the corner. Drives, nice looking reverse layup. Batted out of bounds by the Spartans. 4 minutes, 41 seconds to play here in regulation. 80-33 the score still. Ball inbounded to Murphy. Murphy's turnaround off the glass, no good. Davenport controls the rebound, pushes it down the floor. Looks to get it to the cutting Hibbard, but loses the handle, and the Mountaineers take over. Wood with the ball in the corner. Piscasio cutting in the corner, inside to Murphy. Murphy's shot no good. Parachi controls. Slows the ball down, dribbles it up the floor. Drives to the hoop. His shot attempt no good, but they call the foul on the Mountaineers, their fourth of the second half. Mountaineer foul was on 5, Sears, and Parachi goes to the line for 2 shots. Parachi keeping a streak from the free throw line alive as he misses that one. And finally converts from the free throw line as he shakes his head, irritated with himself that he has missed so many from the free throw line here. Pass by Piscasio, deflected by Hibbard, controlled by the Mountaineers. Another deflection, chased down by Sears, passed inside. Sheedy corrals a loose ball, gets it to Schneider, who controls the dribble into the front court, little inside-out dribble, takes it to the hoop. A lot of contact there, and Luke Schneider has earned himself a trip to the free throw line with a Shepaug with an 81-33 lead with 3 minutes and 44 seconds left to play in regulation. And with 3 minutes, 44 seconds to play in regulation, we have our final mask break of the game. We're rejoining the action here at Ted Alex Gymnasium. Luke Schneider for the Spartans at the free throw line. Some activity over at the Mountaineers bench. Schneider's first attempt off the iron, no good. A little confusion as to whether or not the Mountaineers are going to enter a sub. Looks like they're going to wait until the next dead ball after Schneider's free throw attempt. The second attempt is up and in. Mountaineers inbound the ball down 82-33. 3 minutes, 40 seconds to play. Mountaineers turn the ball over, attempting to pass it into the baseline, and one of the Mountaineers stepped out of bounds when he touched the ball, and the Spartans control. Spartans have slowed things down a bit here. Davenport with the drive, up off the glass. Varsity with the rebound. Looks like it's tied up. And they call 3 seconds on that play. Mountaineers inbound the ball. As Piscasio and Wood discuss their plans. Piscasio passes to Wood. Wood with the drive. Penn in the corner. His shot attempt blocked. Rebounded by Shop. Batted around. Sheedy controls. Pushes the ball down the floor. Pulls it out. Reverses to Schneider, who puts up a three-point attempt. And it's good. Score now 85-33. With 2 minutes, 45 seconds to play. Wood with the ball for the Mountaineers. Running left-hander. Shot is no good. Passed ahead to Sheedy. Really too hot to handle. And we have 3 guys entering for the Mountaineers. We have number 24, Durix. We have number 4, Wright. And we have number 21, Kearney, coming into the game. A little confusion at the scorer's table. Kearney comes in, replaces Piscasio with 2.5 minutes left to play. Kearney to inbound the ball to Fenn. Fenn controls for the Mountaineers. Mountaineer turnover. Ball to Hibbard. Hibbard to Sheedy. Sheedy up and in. I think we're going to have probably 3 guys with career nights for the Spartans. With Sheedy, Davenport, and Schneider really doing a good job of putting the ball in the hoop tonight. Mountaineers pass the ball around the perimeter. Wright with a long-range attempt, no good. Rebounded by the Mountaineers up. Shot blocked, rebounded by Parachi. Pushes the ball up the floor. Dumps it off to Sheedy. Sheedy with the layup. 89-33 the score, 1.5 minutes to play. Hibbert to Sheedy. Sheedy scores. It's now 91-33. 1:20 left to play. Another Housatonic turnover leads to a Spartan layup. 93 points. Probably about time to call the dogs off for the Spartans. Time is probably overdue to do that, but with 5 guys, Spartans are still playing hard with 53 seconds left to play. And a 93-33 point lead. Free throw attempt. by Andrew Sturricks is up and in. The second attempt off the back, no good. Nice strong rebound. Shot blocked. Spartans push it ahead and turn the ball over. It's about time for the Spartans to walk the ball up the floor with a sizable lead. Ben with the dribble on the perimeter, splits two defenders. Nice shot attempt up. And Sheedy had a chance at a layup, called off by his teammates. He didn't put the shot attempt up. And Spartans content to dribble the clock out. And it looks like the final score here is going to be Shepaug 93, Housatonic 34. From Ted Alex Gymnasium at Shepaug Valley High School, thank you for joining. The next home game for Shepaug will very likely be in the Berkshire League tournament next week. Check the Spartan Athletic website for more details. Thank you.